What's up, Flexies? Good evening. How is everybody? Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know. I can't hear myself. I don't know why. What's going on here? 1 second. I think I know why. That Bluetooth, my Bluetooth just loves to hook up, whenever. No, it's not my hook. My Bluetooth is off. Let's try it again. Can you guys hear me? All right, good. I think we're good to go. What's up, Penny? What's up, Donna? Give you people some time to get on. I know this is an odd time, so I apologize for that. But I have been it's been crazy ever since I got back from Dallas. So that's a good thing, though. I'm not complaining. You know me, I don't complain. Although tonight I'm going to do a little bit of ranting. But it's going to be ranting. Give some people some time to get on. I know it's a new time. What we're going to do is we're going to start 5 p.m. probably Monday, because I'll be in Penn State Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I'll be back on Sunday. So we'll go Monday. We'll do 5 p.m. And then we're going to go 5 p.m. Eastern from that day forward, Monday through Friday. Yep, good. We got some people on now. And I just want to make sure everybody can hear me, right? What's up, Joe? Called you early, brother. Sure you were busy working. What's up, Christine? Christine. Hello, hon. I met Christine. I had the pleasure and honor meeting Christine. I did not know she was a follower. She's a Patriot Street Fighter, a phenomenal, beautiful, beautiful woman inside and out. Miss you already. What's up, Kimmy? I got to speak to Arlene today. She's in charge of all the moderators for Patriot Street Fighter. And Sherry is busy making shirts for Patriot Street Fighter, so I didn't get to talk to her today. But my girls, I missed my PSF girls. So you guys are gonna get to see a different side of me. So we'll give a couple of minutes, and hopefully everybody had a blessed, great weekend. Man, if you could only have been half as blessed as I was, the blessings keep coming and coming, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Just waiting for some people to get on. All right, so I'm gonna start because I'm not waiting for people anymore. It's gotten to the point where I'm okay if there's 2 people on. I'm okay if there's 2,000. I'm okay if there's 20,000. So I know God's got this. I know God's got me. I know He keeps putting me with people like Christine and Arlene and Sherry. And man, do I need to say any more? And then there's Goldilocks. And then there's also, my boy, Scott. Every time I'm around him, every time I talk to him, I just grow more and more of an affection and a love for this man, this human being. And I was reunited with my boys Dennis and Ron, and man, you talk about the trifecta. I mean, when we're reunited and we're together, it's powerful. You can see it, you can feel it, and then we have a new girl, Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. Hope you're feeling good. You know, miss you. Um, Virtual hugs. You know, she's part of the PSF family, and we had an unbelievable time together. We got to be with Scott and just us and just Goldilocks, just hang out. Scott took us to one of his favorite places. It was a smokehouse in Dallas. It was off the charts. I got everybody looped on margaritas, blackberry frozen margaritas. They were so good. And then we got to, get to enjoy each other's company, really, get to meet one another and just love on one another and just lift one another up and the love and the radiation that we all had from one another. It was so contagious that if you weren't sitting at our table, people are like, what's going on over there? What's going on over there? They wanted to become a part of it. And all we were doing was we were just eating and talking. We weren't doing anything extraordinary. We were just ordinary people, just loving on one another. And if that wasn't enough, then we had the VIP dinner, which I just want to give a shout out to Lazy Dogs in Dallas. Man, you guys, you really did an unbelievable job. We had all our people there. Probably had about 70 people or so that were VIP access and VIP, and they just took care of everybody. The drinks were on par, the food was on par, but the service was on par. And everybody just had a great time, and everybody got to, meet Scott and talk to him and Goldilocks and, the PSF moderators, because they're all family. Like here's the one thing that I got, that I just got choked up thinking about it. But when you unite with people that you don't know from anywhere, and you spend a day or two with them, and they don't want to leave your side. Sherry and Arlene, I mean, they called me because they had to get up. Their flight was, I believe, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they got up and they wanted a hug. They wanted a hug from baby Trump, and we went down in the corridor, and I gave him a hug, and we ended up talking to about 1:30 in the morning. We just did not want to leave one another. Christina as well, and when you meet people like that, and it's the first time that you're meeting, because it was pretty much the first time we all met. Actually, that's true, because do you know the moderators from PSF had never met Scott? That was their first time. I mean, think about that. Think about how cool and awesome that was, you know? And it was just a beautiful thing. And, Scott, everybody that is around you, everybody that works with you, because I don't believe anybody works for you, brother. You're just not that type of person. But people that work with you in this battle, they all are so loving, so giving, so generous, so benevolent. I mean, I did not want to leave those girls. When I found out they weren't going to be there Sunday, I was like, what do you mean you're not going to be here Sunday? But I know they were there in spirit. So I just want to give a shout out to them. But the VIP dinner was, phenomenal. And I just want to touch upon something. And I just want to show you what unification means and what family means, because there's so much bullshit, and I don't curse, but there's so much bullshit out there. And what do I mean by that? I mean that people talk, but they don't walk the walk. They'll say, I'll take a bullet for you. But when it comes down to it, they're running and hiding. People are like, I'll do anything for you. And they're running and hiding. And I had an incident at the VIP dinner where one of the PSF volunteers, Sheila was leaving. I said, hey, don't give me a proper goodbye. Don't leave without giving me a proper goodbye. And she goes, you want me to walk me to my car? And it was so crazy that she said that, because thank God I did. Because let me tell you what happened. When I walked outside, I had her on the curb and I was walking in the street like I normally do. I mean, if you're a gentleman, you always have the woman on the inside of the curb. Men, did you hear me? If you're walking, you have the woman on the inside. That way, if the car comes, it hits you, hopefully not the woman. If you don't do that, you now learn something. You're welcome. As we literally just came down and we were walking, and next thing I know, this guy is barreling down this, and that's a parking lot. And the place is packed. It's a Saturday night. I turn around, he almost hit the back of my leg. I go, whoa, where are you going? What are you doing? He's like, I'm driving 25. Well, first of all, you're not driving 25. And number two, even if you're driving 25, that's not the parking lot speed limit. It's about 10 or 15. So he starts mouthing off to me. He's a little bit darker pigment than I was. That's because I didn't get the tan for 3 days. Otherwise, I've probably been darker than him. And then he starts saying about my shiny shoes and that he was going to open up his trunk to shoot me, to get his gun. I said, well, I got natural guns, but if you want me to go get a real gun show, stay here. So he said, okay. I said, you're going to stay here, right? You're going to stay here, right? I run inside, Dennis, Ron, Sherry, and 2 other guys, all locked and loaded. Let's go to the gun show, baby. It's on. And guess who we couldn't find? That guy. But let me tell you something. I didn't have to tell them what it was for. All I had to do was just call their name. I called their name, they knew. Boom, they were gone with me. That's what family is. When you have each other's back, when you have each other's side, and we don't even know each other. I know people in my family that I've known forever that are a bunch of jokes that said, oh, we'll be there for you, Chris. We'll do anything, whatever you need. And it's been 3 years I haven't heard from anybody in my family. 3 years. Same telephone number I had. Have they picked up the phone? See how I'm doing? But I have Sherry, who I just met. Dennis and Ron, who I've only known for about 3 weeks, a month maybe. Why am I telling you this story? Because I want to let you know that you can't pick your family, your birth family, but you can pick your true family. And the PSF is my true family. They're part of my extended family. So I'm so proud to even be a Patriot Street Fighter. The event was, I'm asking every single flexi. I don't ask you a lot. I'm going to give you the live stream. You need to watch the live stream. It's $20. It's the best $20 you will ever spend. When you see a man from 12 o'clock to 10 minutes to 9, sign the last autograph, take the last picture, almost 9 hours in the condition that he is in physically, where he can't even really stand. We have so much metal in his leg. It's ridiculous. I don't even know how he was through metal detectors. You're going to watch a man blow your mind. You want an action plan? You want to know what to do? You want to see somebody that truly cares about our country and the state we're in and wants to do something about it? For $20, you can have that. And what a show. What a show. And who made this show? Scott, the Patriot Street Fighter fans. I mean, these people, flexies, you got competition. But you know what? My original flexies, I'm not even worried because you fit right in with the PSFs. And they would love you and likewise. But they are so passionate. They love Scott so much. But not only do they love Scott so much, but they love the message and they back the message. And Scott doesn't even have to say anything, and they're there. I mean, taking pictures. We did a question and answer. And I'm going to tell you, when I tell you that when God has got you and God is working and that there is divine intervention, don't try to make things happen. Let me tell you what happened. So that Saturday, Ron and I, we dropped everybody off at the Lazy Dog at the VIP. And then we went back to the convention center and we made these extendable banners, which are phenomenal. And then what we did is we went back there to put the banners up, because remember that other event that I was telling you about? 120 people they had, 120 people for 3 months advertising. So they got what they deserved, wouldn't you say? And we brought over maybe 50 people from that on Sunday because of those banners and because they knew Scott was there. But when I walked in, it was almost like God had planted it. As soon as I walked in through that door, here's Sammy and her girl Ellen going, "Baby Trump." Now, who is Sammy? Sammy's a woman for Trump that I told you about back in Tulsa. Now, listen. Remember when I told you my booth was unmanned, but I kept walking by and the women for Trump were handing me wads of money, selling my merchandise? Do you remember that? You sure do. And there she was. And she goes, "Chris, I didn't get your number when you left, And then boom, she gave it to me. And she goes, "What are you doing here?" And I go, "I got an event that I'm emceeing with Scott, the Patriot Street Fighter." And then she's like, "Oh, I got some things to tell you." So we went around, and as she took me to the other event, I was coming through the other vendors, and all of a sudden they were like, "Baby Trump." And I just sat there and I was like, oh my gosh. Like I was blown away. And it was Rachel and Ann from 1776 Girls. It was Steven from Pure Social and PTF. Man, and so long story short, Sammy asked me, "Hey, you mind if I set up shop outside of your event?" I said, come on. So I set up, I took the two best vendors over there, there wasn't that many, and brought them over to our spot. How about that? Pure Social was going to come over, but he was leaving on his flight. If you don't know who Pure Social is, he's the one that did that interview with me. Phenomenal interview, phenomenal man. Him and his wife has purple hair. Mike Adams, I talked about. Just great people. They want me on the show again. They're so excited. So then Sammy says to me two things. She says, "Chris, I want to give you merchandise that you can auction off for Scott, and you could keep the money." What? I was beside myself. And then she said to me, "Oh, by the way, I have land that'll fit about 2,000, 3,000 people. I want you to do an event there." Me, Baby Trump. She's like, "I'm not going to charge you. You need porta potties, you bring a stage, a speaker, la, la, la. And I have this huge condo that you could do private party there, VIP party." She goes, "All I just want to sell the Trump stuff. You bring everybody." You talk about blessed. One of the reasons is, when that went down with the event, and I felt so bad for Scott, and we got bumped from Saturday to Sunday. Scott took me aside, kind of like a bigger brother, and said to me, "Chris, I know you're upset. I know you're mad, but it's not about you. It's about the message." He's like, "I'm not on nobody's side. I'm about the message." And I learned something about that. And he took the higher road, and he went and he promoted them. And he put, Dr. Cordy on, who's our friend. He took the higher road. And because he took the higher road, because he has so much class, he got blessed. How so? Well, at the end, after we did the question and answer, I said, Scott, I have a surprise for you. He didn't know what it was. I said, Sammy from the Woman for Trump that we met in Tulsa, you remember her? She was right next to my booth. They were the women that were selling my merchandise, giving me wads of cash. Well, she has donated merchandise for you, for us to auction off right now. So I brought Sammy up on stage. Scott was hugging on her. It was so awesome. It was so beautiful. And then baby Trump became an auctioneer. Didn't know I had it in me. We raised over $3,000. I kid you not. And, you know, the reason that I'm telling you this story is, number one, I told you every event that I'm at, I'm gonna tell you as if you were there, because I want to share it with you, because sharing is caring. And hopefully from the events that I go to, that I tell you these stories, you can learn something from them. I believe in every single event that I've gone to, you know, I've learned something. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So here's what I'm seeing on my stream that I'm not liking. So I don't mind you sitting there talking about other events, but when I'm speaking live on my podcast, to sit here and to not listen to what I'm saying, and that I've got to sit here and see Cracked Egg Event, Willard, uh, Dr. James Lyons Weller's doing a Vaxxed event, first of all, is disrespectful to me. If you don't like it, get the hell off my podcast. But I'm the most giving person there is. But when I'm sitting here telling you a story, and I'm telling you about an event that happened, and you're sitting there, and you are sitting there, and you have the audacity to put up other events that are going on, you don't think I'm going to talk about one of my best friends, the Cracked Egg? That you got to do this to me? And you think I'm going to be okay with that? If you don't want to be on my podcast, get off. I don't need you. Do you think that I went to Scott's Patriot Street Fighter event and promoted myself? That is the most disrespectful thing that you could ever do to me. I talk about the Cracked Egg. I talk about their events. I talk about everybody's events. But I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, you don't want to hear about what happened? Get the hell off my podcast. Because you know what? There are people that want to hear about it. But if you're so busy texting, oh, the Cracked Egg, have an event, Dr. Wheeler. Can I be honest? I don't give a shit about Dr. Wheeler. What has he done for me? What has he done for my podcast? You Pittsburgh people piss me off. I go to every city, every other state, and people don't treat me like this. But you people in my own backyard treat me like shit. And you should be ashamed of yourselves. But I know you're not. And if you don't like it, I don't care. That is the most disrespectful thing you could ever do to me. I'm sitting here, and Will, you're supposed to be a moderator, and you're talking about other clowns coming in and putting in promos and stuff, and you're sitting here and you're the one doing it? Hey, Pittsburgh, guess what? I don't need you. Never have, never will. But you know what? I'm glad other people got to see you guys who you are. I'm not giving. I'm not giving with my time. I don't talk about other people. I don't lift other people up. I don't talk about their events. That you got to do that to me when I'm speaking? I'm not angry. I'm not angry and selfish. I'm angry because I'm disappointed. Patriot Street Fighters don't do that. Christine, you're on there. Do they do that? No. When Scott was speaking, you didn't not nothing. Nobody playing with their phones, nothing. You don't want to hear what I got to say? There are other podcasts. Get to go. Guys, Penny, Kimberly's my best friend. You don't think I'm going to talk about her event? But you can't wait. You can't wait until maybe until then, until the end. I'm sorry for the people that had to hear that, but it lit a fire underneath me. It's about raising people up. It's about us serving one another. It's about respecting one another. When I was with Scott, there were 800 people. I think I handed out maybe 10, 15 business cards. Maybe I could have handed out my business cards to every single person, but I didn't because it wasn't about me. It wasn't about Baby Truck. It wasn't about Flex the Truth. It was about Scott. That is the ultimate respect. And because of that, I was blessed. And the more you people keep doing it for your own agenda, for whatever reason, and I don't think you did it maliciously because you're not malicious people, but you got to think. You think that I need to be on here at 8 p.m. after everything I went through? You think I need to be on here? You think I'm on here for me to hear me speak? Or do you think I'm on here for you? We got to learn in this country that we have to respect one another. I had a woman, and I'll tell her name's Arlene. I love you, Arlene. You know what she said to me? I just want to give you some criticism on your podcast. She goes, Chris, she goes, when I saw you, she goes, I never felt lighter in my life. You are a force of nature. You light up a room. You make everybody smile. You make everybody so loving. She said, on your podcast, though, you're so docile. You know what I said to her? Because I'm not the star of the show. Because whoever I have on my show, they are the star, and I lift them up. Do you know how easy it is for me to take the spotlight like that? It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the others. I'm not doing this podcast because of me, and I'm not doing it because of you. I'm doing it for the other people so that you guys can go out and you can get other people. I know you didn't mean it maliciously, but we got to have a level of respect, and there's got to be boundaries. You know what Scott said? You know why Scott and I are like this? You know what he said? You screwed me once. It's over. That's how I am. You don't get a second chance. The level of respect that we need to raise the bar. We need to raise the bar, and we need to chase God. And a lot of us are saying we're godly and we're going to church, la, 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 but we're not acting godly. I had a gentleman today call me from an ECN. I haven't talked to him in 3 years. I spent 3 hours on 2.5 hours mentoring him on the phone. You know what he said to me? How do I know what I'm serving and how can I serve God? I said, you know what? It's real simple. Do his works, do his will, say his words. That's it. And everything else will fall in line. Everything. The respect the Patriot Street Fighters had for me, I'm a nobody. I was a nobody Sunday. Do you know what they said to me? Thanks for looking out. Thanks for taking care of Scott. Goldilocks text me that. Brought tears in my eyes. Don't you want people to talk about you like that? Don't you want people to say to you, man, thank you. Thank you for lifting me up. Thank you. But when we have our own agenda and when or somebody else's agenda, then what happens is our level of respect is depleted. Okay? I love you. I love you, Willard. I love you, Penny. I love all my flexies. But at that time, I was Jesus in the temple with the whip, with the money changers. Remember, Jesus was bold too. And Jesus had anger, but he didn't have selfish anger. I believe I don't have selfish anger anymore. I believe that we got to have respect and we have to love one another, and that is the boundary. And once you cross that boundary with me, that's it. I let the missile go off, and you guys know what my last name is, Missile. And so for some of you got to see the missile go off. I apologize. You know, um, so I do apologize, but I do it out of love. I truly do it out of love, and especially when I'm sitting here talking about my flexies and how great you guys are, and then I see that. So, guys, if you don't want to be on the podcast, that's fine. But when you're on the podcast, can you be present? Can you be present? You know, the one thing that I love about Scott and Mike Adams and Ann Vandersteel, and there's so many others, is that when they are with that person, like I am, I have my undivided attention on them. I'm not looking around. I don't care what's around me. I am focused on that person. Why? Because that is the person that is in front of me, and that is the person that I'm going to give time to. I'm not going to sit there and time them. I'm not going to sit there and try to get away. They want to talk to me for 40 minutes, an hour, whatever. I don't care how long. If they want to talk to me, I'm giving them my time. And to get my undivided attention. And that's what we have to do. So, shall we move on? With that being said, there is an event this weekend. I know there's a lot of Pittsburgh people. I know my best friend Kimberly will be there. And Joe, I think you're coming too, right? Joe, I believe you're coming. So listen. When you care about somebody so much, you just want the best for them, right? And I'm seeing a guy that's going on tour. His bus is beautiful. He's not going to make any money. Do you guys know that? Like, he's making no money. He's just doing this because of his heart and because he's anointed. And I told him that. Told him that first night I met him. And I truly believe I'm his protector and that I have to be with him. We had that conversation. Whether I make money or not, I don't care. I have to be with him. I have to protect him. I have to look over him. And I want my flexies. I want Pittsburgh to show up in Penn State. I want you to see, listen, you guys have seen crap. Your rallies, the rallies here, everything. You want to see you want to see something? Come out and see Scott. Come out and see Scott. Come meet him. Come look in his eyes. Let him speak to you, and you'll see what I mean. And you'll see every time when I talk about that man, I get teary-eyed. You'll see. And once you see what I see, it'll change your world. It'll change your life. It'll change your heart. It's from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It's in Penn State. It's a 2.5-hour drive. It's a 2.5-hour drive. I'm going to be there. I can't wait. I'm going to be reunited with Ron and Dennis. I'll introduce you to Ron, his right-handed guy, executive assistant, and Dennis, his bodyguard, who's just phenomenal. And you're going to get to see, and you're going to more importantly get to hear the man that I hold in such high regard. So it's $50. It's a 2.5 hour. It's a 2.5 hour drive. 5 o'clock, you're done. You're home by 7:30, tucked in. If you want to hang out later with us, you're welcome to. It would be awesome. So I will put the information up on flexthetruth.com. I'm smiling because I'm so happy. Hopefully you went to the website. Tristan, if you're there, brother, you did such a great job, brother. 16 years old, man. You're my right-handed guy. You're my Ron, dude. You are my Ron. And I just love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me and how you've helped me with my podcast and the website. And, we have a couple other things that we're going to change on the website, but you can go on there. I'm going to have the link on there. Also stream. You'll be able to see the stream from Dallas for $20. It is worth $20 for watch 6-7 hours. And the auction will pay for itself when you see it. So I got that out of the way. That was the event. Got home from Dallas late last night. And then just, I'm getting ready for the conspiracy cocktail. And guys, I see you talking about Saturday, but I don't see you talking about the conspiracy and cocktail. That is next Wednesday. I am talking about possibly having that not stream, not live stream, but on pay-per-view after. So there's a very, very good chance that we're going to record that and then it'll be on pay-per-view so it could go around the world. I think it would be awesome. It's conspiracy and cocktails. I talked to Kimberly this morning and tickets, well, they're not tickets, it's donations, but they're going fast. If you're a usual cracked egg like Willard and Patty and Penny and all you guys, do me a favor, just make sure you RSVP that you are going so that we know how many chairs. I think we're going to do 100. I think it holds 100. I'm excited. I have been getting all the information out starting today. So literally the next 3 days, 5 days, I am trusting this woman with all the information, and I'm talking 3 years of research. This is my life for the last 3 years. I am giving the world everything I've researched. 3 years. 3 years of my life. I'm gonna open it up to the world and let everybody see everything that I researched. And we're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna talk about conspiracies and what are conspiracies, what aren't, and we're gonna go delve into like adrenochrome and JFK Jr. and you can only imagine. And I think it's gonna be a very fun time. We're looking for 2 to 3 people that could help out and butler hors d'oeuvres for us. Being that we're not gonna do a buffet, we'd like to have like the networking more. We're gonna have special cocktails, like Alien Invasion is one of them. I think the other one's Men in Black is another, and the other one might be Blue Man. I can't remember, but what I want to tell you is make sure you RSVP, get with Kimberly. I believe she set up the event. That is absolutely huge. So we got those events. Saturday, obviously, the cracked egg. As always, there is an event that is going to be the doctor. I can't say it, but you know the V. This guy was on prime time. He's a great guy. I think he's written books as well, so he's going to be there. So you want to be part of that event. Again, remember doing donations. That's absolutely huge. I think there's like 40 people or 45 for that event already. That's being held by Diana Campbell. So you want to maybe get with her if you could. Let's see. I think that's all of the events as of right now that we have talked about. I am going to be in Portland, Oregon. I spoke to Mike Adams yesterday. Again, being blessed. Mike Adams is going to live stream Oregon. So you guys are going to get to see Ann Vandersteel, myself on stage in the Belly of the Beast, Portland, Oregon. So we will be there. I will be flying out Thursday morning for that. That event is Saturday. And then I'm flying to Dallas with Ann on Sunday. We will be back in Dallas on Sunday and on Monday. I'm going to be there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as well. And then we have Tampa Bay coming up. We have the Pittsburgh event July 2nd. So I talked to Clay. We have a California event coming up for people in California. So we have a lot of events. Again, if you want to know about them, go to the my website, flexortruth.com. I'm also going to make sure I have Scott's up there as well. So there is a lot going on, guys, and I want to get to the news ASAP. So just give me 1 second. Let me make sure I have this set up for you. So today is the day that everybody voted, right? Did everybody vote? The first thing I want to show you guys is if you haven't seen the website, let me show you where it is. Okay. All right. This is the website. Again, we're going to tweak it a little bit, but at least you guys can, see this. Again, flexthetruth.com. I own that domain. And then you can just go down. I have to get my telephone number off that. I got Ann. I got Melissa holding up the shirts. We're going to put more shirts on there. We did a collage of pictures. You can subscribe, get 10% off your first purchase. Events, here's all the events. Contact us, drop us a line. And then we're going to have more pages as well. So I wanted to share that with you guys. That way you'll know. Again, that is flexthetruth.com. And then I'm so excited because there's so much going on. And I don't know what you guys have seen. So if you've seen it, great. Don't ruin it for anybody else, please. I'd appreciate that. And just, let me get through this. Fair enough. Okay, so first thing I want to share is, I want to make sure this is my email. Okay. This one, what's this? I knew that was the wrong one. Okay. Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is this little gem. Oh, please tell me. Okay, I guess I'm not going to talk about that till tomorrow. This is why I have Tristan, because he's good at directing all this. How about this? Okay, I know we can do this. So, found this on the Gateway Pundit. I thought this was very interesting. New Hampshire's, remember guys, I told you weeks ago, everybody's looking at the wrong hand. It's sleight of hand of a magician. So everybody's got their eyes on Arizona, but they're not looking at what? The hand behind, right? So now watch this, because this is what's going on in the other states. New Hampshire, the forensics election audit update. The assistant AG was seen walking towards the table covered with secured ballots at 11:15 p.m. before camera footage went out for an hour. On February 11th, Gateway Pundit reported about a November hand recount in the Rockingham District 7, New Hampshire House race in Windham, New Hampshire, that found that the voting machines shorted every Republican by roughly 300 votes. Shortly after their report, the New Hampshire State Senate voted 24-0 to force the state to perform an audit of the Windham, New Hampshire state representative races on November 3rd, 2020. Now, guys, what's crazy about this is that, yeah, you would think that this would have been solved by the vending machine company. But what's crazy about this is we have our eyes on the wrong thing, because we're looking at Arizona, but we're not looking at all the other states. Now, I've been talking about New Hampshire. Now, on March 6th, the Gateway Pundit reported New Hampshire Secretary of State Gardner agreed to complete a forensic audit of the Windham voting machines and the ballots. On May 2nd, Jim Hall from the Gateway Pundit and Patty McMurray from 100% Fed Up interviewed New Hampshire activist Ken Ehring and Windham, New Hampshire Selectman Bruce Breton about the controversial selection of verified voting to conduct the forensic audit of the November election. Now, we're going to dummy this down in a minute. Of the 5 Windham selectmen tasked with hiring a team that would oversee the election audit, Bruce Breton was the lone vote to select, here is that name, Joe Van Pulitzer, as the auditor for the upcoming forensic audit. 1 selectman abstained from voting, and the other 3 Windham selectmen selected Mark Lindeman from verified voting to oversee the audit of the 2020 election ballots in the conservative community. Now, a large group of Windham citizens showed up to the next selectman meeting to express their concern over the appointment of Lindeman, who only days before, pay attention, signed a letter to the Arizona Senate President Karen Fann stating that he was against their ongoing audit of Maricopa County. From the Gateway Pundit, New Hampshire Secretary of State William Gardner chose the second investigator for the Windham audit. Despite calls and emails from New Hampshire residents to choose Joe Van Pulitzer, Gardner disappointed his constituents and chose Harry Hursty, who has years of experience investigating voting machines. Hursty is or was also an advisory board member for verified voting, which is also very concerning. Philip Stark was chosen as the 3rd auditor to round out the selection. Now, if you guys don't know anything about verified voting, back in 2019, verified voting was the national advocacy group seeking accountable election results. They've been providing cover for untrustworthy new voting systems and the public officials buying them, according to an esteemed academic board member who has resigned in protest. Verified voting is on the wrong side, said the resignation letter from Philip Stark. He created a vote verification tool being adopted by growing numbers of states that has been widely promoted by verified voting, and advocacy groups follow its lead. So guys, verified voting is a heavyweight in election policy circles. It relies on its academic credentials to tell public officials to trust them and to dismiss competing views. To be accused by the inventor of its gold standard audit solution of selling out while states and counties are buying voting technology that will be used into the 2030s is remarkable. So guys, why is this so important? Here's why. Because what's happening is everybody is choosing their own auditor. So what they're doing is they're muddying the waters because everybody has their favorite, again, going back to their own agenda. Instead of saying, you know what, here it is, we just want to do an audit, here's one person. Now everybody is picking their own person, okay? Shortly after the audit began, Granite Rock Steve McDonald, now you see this picture, who's done an amazing job of keeping Americans updated on New Hampshire election irregularities, reported about what he believes was a highly unusual late night visit to the room where the audit is taking place by none other than the assistant AG, Ann Edwards. And here she is on camera. Does everybody see this? Okay, good. So watch this. Before the security camera footage went out for about an hour, why did the security camera footage go out for about an hour? I'm asking. We see an image of New Hampshire associate Ann Edwards walking towards a table covered with secured ballots from the November election in Windham. She's going right towards it. Okay? Where there's smoke, there's fire. My contact in Windham tells me that before the cameras go out, the state trooper, also pictured, can be heard saying something to the effect that there's nobody else in the room. Well, of course not. It's a secured room shortly before midnight. Why would the state trooper say that? Or why the live stream microphones were on before the cameras and all pictures and audio were off for an hour and 15 minutes. But better yet, why was Ann Edwards from the New Hampshire AG's office even out there for an hour? At 11:15 on Wednesday, and the cameras go black for over an hour. So guys, this is pretty much the same BS they pulled on the night of the election, right? Cameras go off, there's a flood, right? They got to stop the process, and they're doing it all over again. Now, this is breaking literally just before I got on tonight. Breaking 2020 election audit secretly being prepared in where? Fulton County, Georgia. GA, that's Georgia's, Judge Brian Emiro has ordered the production of all scanned absentee ballots and all respective metadata for the November 3rd, 2020 election must be delivered by May 21st for a final hearing. So guys, we got Arizona. Remember what I told you weeks ago, New Hampshire. Now we have Georgia. Hold on, it gets better. Remember what I told you was going to be like dominoes. Well, before it gets better, it gets worse. So guys, I've been saying about the machines that they're rigged in Pennsylvania. I called out the politician in Harrisburg right on the stairs, right in his face, and embarrassed them. And here it is right here. New voting machines in Pennsylvania County only was rejecting the Republican ballots in Tuesday's primary election. Go figure. Election officials in Pennsylvania County are working to resolve a problem dealing with voting machines rejecting ballots. Voting machines in Fayette County are only rejecting, does anybody know? Republican ballots. How about that? According to Chris Varney, judge of elections. At first, Varney was under the impression that there was a problem with the barcodes on all the ballots, but it turns out only the Republican ballots are being rejected. Hey, Mike Jones, how are you, brother? Remember Chris Eryx? Flex the Truth? I told you about this. Yeah, we're going to have lunch together, brother. You'll hear about this. How bizarre, huh, Mike? You didn't see that coming, did you? But I did. I did. Now, what they're saying is that it's unclear as to why and when the problem is going to be resolved. But in the meantime, election officials are collecting the Republican ballots and storing them in the back of the voting machines. Okay. Numerous reporters have contacted KDKA, reporting that the Republican ballots were not accepted. The Fayette County Bureau of Elections has confirmed that precincts across the county are having issues with machines not scanning barcodes on ballots for both Republicans and Democrats. Yeah, okay, that's bull. It's only on the Republican ballots, but they got to say that. Update from CBS Pittsburgh, which is communism. The Fayette County solicitor said the courts have granted an emergency petition, which means all the ballots that weren't scanned will be hand counted by the judge of elections at each individual precinct once the poll closes at 8 p.m. So guys, there it is right there. More funkiness with the what? Machines. Where? Pennsylvania. Okay? All right. January 6th, the Capitol. So guys, you know, we've talked about this and we've gone over and over and over and over about this. You know, I told you exactly, you know, what I thought, what I thought exactly happened. But I want you to, and that's why I'm putting this up, go on Rumble and you could go on this right now. It's leaked intel, treason exposed. It's 9 o'clock. I don't want to play that for you now. I could play it for you tomorrow night if you'd like. If you don't watch it, I'll play it tomorrow night. How's that? But this is the one I want to show you. This one right here, guys. So remember I told you, oh, I bet you I'm not going to be able to play it. So remember I told you about how the cops let the people in, and they let my buddy in, Josh Pruitt, right? DC, Proud Boys, right? And they said, just stay within the ropes. You're allowed to take pictures. They don't want it to be assaulted. They didn't want anything physical. You guys remember all that? Well, I found a video that states all of that. All of that. And so I sent it to my buddy, Josh, because that should exonerate him with no problem whatsoever. And I want to play this video once again because there's some people that said they didn't get to see this. I believe this is Stephen Colbert. But I want you to watch it and you can tell me what you think. Because I've been getting a lot of texts. Hey, Chris, can you do me a favor? Can you please show that video that you believe is Stephen Colbert? So absolutely, I'm going to play that for you one more time. I definitely think it's worth showing. So. Okay, what happened here? Hold on. You guys, I don't think you saw that. I don't know why. I hope they're not blocking this. Let's try it again. Tell me if you can see this, guys. Said that you could let it go. Somebody that you used to know. It's coming up. Thinking like you never. We were nothing. Need your love. Treat me like a stranger. It feels so rough. So guys, who do you think it is? Text right now. Put it in the chat. Tell me who you think it is. Do you think it's Stephen Colbert? Do you think it's John Podesta? Who do you think that is? Love to hear what you guys are thinking. Or do you think it's somebody else? I'd love to hear. I'm just looking at everybody's comments. Wow, you guys are awesome. Lee is in the house. The auction was awesome. Yeah, it was. Huh, Lee? What's up, Rick Rad? What's up? Let's see. Carol Cheryl, hello, sweetness. How are you? Tracy O'Leary, loves Scott McKay. Been watching him for over a year. Patriot Street Fighter. Absolutely. Welcome. Uh, 1313 Purple Dragon. Love that. Love seeing you on Sunday, Baby Trump. Thank you for supporting Scott all the way. Absolutely. I just got here. Good timing, I guess. Dances with Dingleberries. Welcome. Lee, love you. Michelle McKay, are you related to Scott? Baby Trump, I love you. Thank you for taking such good care. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh my gosh. Scott McKay's sister is on. I believe I'm going to see you on Friday for the barbecue. So I am so excited. Can you tell me what size t-shirt you wear? I want to have a t-shirt for you. That'd be awesome. Charlene. Hi, Charlene. Charlene. Carrie just jumping on. Seems like a miss. Michelle, well, it's an honor to talk to you, sir. Scott is my brother, and I was watching live. Thank you so much for leaving him and supporting his message. I love your brother. He will be okay if I'm around. Leaguer and I live close to State College, so I'll be working a lot of the event. You're a very special man. We all need to stick together and fight for the country. We do. Look for me. It will be an honor to shake and give you a hug. Oh, we're in this together. Well, are you coming to State College? Yes. Carol, Cheryl, hi. You're brand new. Hello. Baby Trump, you're somebody been doing it. Oh, you're so sweet. I can't wait to see you, hug you. Yep, I went, Carrie, yes, I went to the Cracked Egg for the first time on Mother's Day, and everyone was so nice there. That place is family. Kimberly and Don and their staff, and the Flexies and Willard and Patty and Penny and Donna and there's so many that go there. They really make it like family, like Carrie and Tony, and there's so many. So if I didn't say your name, I apologize. Lee's from Michigan. Nikki, hello from Michigan. Lee, California. We can't see it. La, la, la. Carol, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So, guys, I wanted to get that out to you tonight. My whole thing was I wanted to share the event with you. I wanted to tell you what I learned, because hopefully if I learn something, I'm just praying to God that I can share that with you. Sharing is caring. Remember, and I always leave with this, remember you are worthy. Remember you are a miracle. And Scott McKay is a walking, talking miracle. And if you didn't hear about him, on my interview with my podcast last week, when he talks about the second motorcycle accident, and he talked again about it on Sunday Live, it really choked people up. And he walked across this stage and he goes, I shouldn't be doing this. And the man should not be walking. But, I'm Penny, I'm bringing him the mat. So he's going to have it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm praying to God he feels different. I know it's helped you. It's helped me. It's helped other people. So praying to God that it will help him. A woman gave him the Beamer, but we know that is not the same. And, when I talk about miracle, we're all miracles, right? We were all, right now, we were destined to be here. A lot of us, I'm sure if I went through this list, I'm sure there's a lot of us that either had near-death experiences or maybe tried to commit suicide. I should have been dead 4 times, but And the devil wanted me out. The devil wanted me off this earth because he knew that he'd have to deal with the missile someday. And so God was like, not on my watch. And same thing with Scott. Scott should not be here. His sister will tell you. He should not be here, but he's here. The devil tried to get rid of him too. He ain't going nowhere. So, why I tell you this is because we've all been tested. Every single challenge we've gone through, every broken heart, every broken promise, every time that, we were rejected, every time we felt bad, every time we, just sat there and just everything went wrong for us. It was so we could be battle tested for right now, because God had to keep us in the dark and work on us to get us ready. You know what they do in the military, right? Don and you people are in the military. You know what they do. They battle test you. That is what boot camp is. Well, that's what God did with us. God had his own boot camp with us. And for the people that are around, you are anointed. I talked to, Penny Jones, and, Penny Jones and I are going to be business partners in Flex Your Truth and what we're doing, kind of like how Ron and Scott are doing it. And you never know what your purpose or what your call is going to be, but know when you have that purpose or call to answer it, right? When God calls, you need to answer. You don't ever want to put God on hold. Not even me, right? Because I put everybody on hold, so I apologize. But that being said, everybody know that you're worthy, know that you're a miracle. Somebody says something wrong to you, say, listen, I'm a miracle. And say it to yourself, wake up in the morning and say, I'm a walking, talking miracle. Because every morning you wake up, God's breathing life into you. And you should be talking to people that have the face diapers. You should be telling them that they're a miracle, that they are loved, that Jesus loves them, and that Jesus is trying to breathe life into them, but they can't be. But if you're not doing that, ask yourself why. You're saying you want to make a difference. You're saying you want to change the world, but you're not talking to the people with the face diapers. You're not talking to the people that, jokey pokey. Why? Why aren't you having those conversations? Only you can answer that. So guys, I spent an hour and 15 minutes of your precious time. I appreciate you. And guys, remember, no matter what, always what? Flex your mind, flex your muscles, and above all, flex the truth. And I'm going to do something a little bit different than I've done with my podcast that I end. And I just want to show you that God has us. So when I talked about my podcast and the story behind it and how I came up with the name, one of the biggest things obviously is, flex your mind, flex your muscles, and flex the truth. Well, if you flex your mind, you flex your muscles, you flex the truth, which is your soul. What do you have? You have a direct line to God. So if you flex your mind, you flex your muscles, you flex the truth, you're in line with God. Therefore, you can now go out in the world and align everybody else with God. Guys, love you. I'll see you tomorrow. So sorry that I had to let the missile go off, but, no disrespect. We do not want to disrespect one another. We want to love on one another. We want to lift each other up. We don't want to deconstruct. We want to construct. Guys, bless up. I'll see you tomorrow night. God bless.